South Korea has been identified as the male makeup capital of the world, which is a pretty surprising story. I did not expect it. However, Business Week did interview several different men in South Korea, and they say that makeup is a great way to get an advantage when it comes to getting a job or finding a lady.
One could argue.
One 24-year-old South Korean student said the following: having a clean, neat face makes you look sophisticated and creates an image that you can handle yourself well. Your appearance matters, so when I wear makeup on special occasions, it makes me more confident. Now, just to give you guys some numbers.
That's a dude, right?
That is a guy.
Okay.
Now, just to give you guys some numbers on how much money is spent on makeup by males in South Korea, about $495.5 million was spent on skincare in 2011, and that's 21% of global sales.
Wow!
Isn't that incredible?
Man, South Korean men apparently use a lot of makeup. Bring it down.
Now, skincare could also mean like moisturizers and lotions and things like
that's
that.
better. Yeah.
No, but I think it's totally, first of all, I think it's totally normal for men to wear makeup if they want. Look,
of course.
You wear makeup.
Oh, you're gonna, that's how you're going to roll. Okay. All right. So let's get a couple of things straight. First of all, yeah, for the TV show, I wear makeup, and here too. Why? Because of the lights. My head shines like it's from Mars, okay? And so, and TV, everybody wears makeup. So, Glass House, point well taken, okay? Now I'm going to make fun of them anyway. Here's, okay, look. Here's what I don't do. I don't wear makeup on a date because I think that's going to impress the ladies. Now, every culture is different. I know that. And I have one of my best friends does, and he says, you're crazy if you don't wear makeup.
One of my best friends wears makeup.
Yeah, some of my best friends wear makeup. And he says, look, you got to look presentable, just like the Korean gentlemen are saying, right? And he gives them confidence, etc. To me, if I had makeup on during a date, I mean, unless it was with a dude, I'd feel like, she's gonna find out. Oh my God, she's gonna think that I'm the softest dude alive. I mean, we're gonna trade tips on L'Oreal? That's why it's a cultural thing, and that's why it's interesting, right? Of course, they're guys on dates with girls, but to us, it seems really foreign.
Now, it does seem foreign to us, but you know, Morgan Spurlock had this really, really great documentary called Mansome. And in it, he talked about male grooming and how it's really evolved recently. You know, men are taking more time and effort to, you know, groom their faces, do special things with their facial hair, moisturize, whatever it is. And I think it's great. I think if it makes guys feel great about themselves, it's totally fine. Now, there were two things that happened in South Korea that are notable, especially when it comes to, you know, the skincare and the makeup with men. So first of all, you know, Japanese marketing and Japanese products for a very long time were banned in South Korea. And recently, relatively recently, there was a lift on that ban. And because of that, you know, the Japanese image of men kind of infiltrated South Korea.
Oh boy, that's look, we've had many stories about how Japanese men, and I'm not sure that's the role model you want to take. I mean, there's the guys who are straight but wearing skirts because they think that's badass. Okay, again, to the Americans, this seems incredibly foreign. You have to understand. Maybe in like that culture, it's like, man, look at that guy's skirt and lipstick. Oof, he's awesome.
Very well may be homosexual.
That ain't right. That ain't right. Because they're not. They're not. But
the second thing that happened.
That's what they say. Yeah.
The second thing that happened in South Korea is, you know, they had these incredible soccer players, right, that won the World Cup, and a lot of them took great pride.
They came in third at some point.
Well,
but
whatever.
God bless. Good enough.
They succeeded in some way.
Okay.
So you know,
actually came in fourth. The Turks came in third. But anyway, I digress.
All right, whatever. So the guys, you know, took great pride in their appearance, and they were referred to as flower men.
Oh, come on. Can I give up at some point?
But the ladies in South Korea went crazy over these soccer players. So then, of course, that had a cultural effect. And all of a sudden, the men are like, hey, you know what? Women like it when we take care of ourselves. And if we put on a little bit of foundation, it might be a foundation for success.
Oh. Okay, but look, let's keep it real. If in your culture, for whatever reason, girls wanted to have sex with the flower men, then a lot of straight guys all of a sudden would become flower men. It's a matter of what you get rewarded for. All right, luckily we have a South Korean representative here. Steve-O, explain to us why you all wear makeup.
Well, first of all, I have excellent skin. Very soft.
Okay.
Everywhere.
It doesn't help you, dude.
All right, look. First, let me address the flower men point. the word flower is synonymous with beauty. So it's like saying beautiful man. So, you know, it sounds
still
more
seems-
feminine when you say flower man, but it's really just a, you know, a cultural word there.
They're still calling them pretty, you know.
Yeah, like, I mean, you know, it's like being called a pretty boy here, whatever, you know?
Right.
Yeah, so it's whatever. The issue with the Japanese, it's that one company, Shiseido, which is very popular with the women, and now it's popular with the men. It's skin cream type of stuff that's apparently all the rage. And I will say, I think Koreans are very judgmental when it comes to looks. For example, they value certain things above all else. For example, if you have light skin, that's considered very attractive, even if you have worse features. If you have a clear skin, that's considered very, very attractive. So yeah, I could see why people would want to put all this money into skincare and all that kind of stuff. It's, you know, I'm American, so it's, for me, it's very strange.
Yeah, we
And
like bad
it
skin
seems
for men.
odd to me.
Yeah, we like our men to be dirty and sweaty and gross. Okay, but Steve, you're never gonna get laid in Korea. You don't wear makeup.
I'm totally dark skinned.
And you're dark skinned.
Yeah. When I was in Korea, first of all, I don't look traditionally Korean, so they all thought I was a Filipino. And Koreans have a lot of Filipinos who work in Korea as domestic servants. So when my wife and I walked around, they all thought I was her domestic servant, which is unbelievable. Yeah.
Well, given that you weren't wearing any makeup, it's quite believable. All right, listen, man. You know, we're a lib show, to each their own. God bless, etc.
You do you.
Yeah. Okay. As Dave Kohler once said, "You play your game, I'll play my game." Okay. So you wear your makeup, and well, ironically, so will I. By the way, can I just say in my defense, every man on TV wears makeup. It's not. It has to do with the lights.
Yeah, and look, and to be fair to Cenk, like I've seen you, like you love to take it off right away, like with the.
Yeah, that shows you how straight I am. Right after the show, I take off the makeup right away, and you know what? I throw it down in the garbage can forcefully.